What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Now, Kodak Black went viral last night for some activity at the Florida Panthers hockey game. Apparently, he was there. He originally was front row, and he was there with a female, I believe it's a female rapper. I don't know if she's on his label. It's an artist that he's now promoting on his page. They were at the hockey game, enjoying themselves. Right? Kodak Black definitely was enjoying himself. And he decided that, why not go to the press box and let's do some grinding. And that's what they did. People assumed that they were actually screwing. And I'm like, nah, he wouldn't take it there. But again, we know Kodak will just do whatever Kodak wants to do. And I also want to say this too. I don't condone Kodak Black going to the Florida Panthers game and getting twerked on. I think that's the wrong place for this. I do not think that he should be at this game having his female twerk all over him. I just don't, it's not the right placement for that. Like, if you want to do this, go back to your house or go to a club. That's not a nightclub. Okay? It's not a nightclub. The Florida Panthers hockey game is not a nightclub. You're not shooting a music video. I will say that. But I do think there's some fake outrage going on here. There were people that actually thought that he was having relations with her, because that's where their mind is when it comes to Kodak, unfortunately for him. But do I condone him doing this? Absolutely not, because you're not at a nightclub. You're at a hockey game where you have family who are there, and you need to take that elsewhere and not bring that to a hockey game, because people are going to be against this, which is why the NHL deleted that tweet, because there were people that were complaining who actually thought that he was having relations with this female. And he was with this particular female. I believe her name is Essence. Some people thought it was actually one of another female, but it was actually this other one. And he's there, and he's dancing on her, or she's twerking on him at this particular game. And what ended up happening, which was very interesting, was that the Florida Panthers team actually ended up posting and deleting this. See, NHL, they say, oh, hey there, at Kodak, right? And then they ended up deleting the tweet because they actually believed that this guy was having relations with a female while at the game. This is the clip here. See if y'all can see it. And there are people that thought, now I had to look at this clip several times, okay, for research. And you might think there's something going on, but the way that stuff is going on now, you would know if they were actually screwing. You would know. But that's not what was going on there, because Kodak actually ended up posting this picture here on his Instagram, letting people know, hey, ain't nothing going on. We just out here dancing, enjoying ourselves at this hockey game. Some people say he thought it was at a basketball game. Let's get into this article. So there were more than 15,000 people at the Florida Panthers game on Tuesday, but no one had as good a time as Kodak Black, who enjoyed a raunchy twerk sesh from a woman in a box suite during the action. The rapper hit the NHL contest in Sunrise with some killer ringside seats. And the video showed the dude had an absolute blast watching the Florida Panthers take on the Vancouver Canucks. He was mingling with fans, taking selfies and zooming in on the ice action before he hit the luxury box for a little alone time with his lady friend. And I'm pretty sure y'all may or may not have seen the video here. And people actually thought he was having relations in that. Listen, I don't think it would have went that far. But there are people that didn't like it. The NHL deleted their tweet. But again, I don't, Kodak is going to do what he wants to do. He gonna do what he wants to do, man. I'm not saying it's right, but I don't think Kodak would have went that far to actually be screwing this chick in the luxury box. But people were jumping to conclusions. People were basically going in on him. There was some people that thought it funny. I thought it was hilarious after I looked at it multiple times for research purposes. There was really nothing going on there. But I will say this, though. There were people that are clowning Kodak for actually promoting her music afterwards, because what it seemed like, it turned into him promoting her, which might be what it is. But again, when you're at these games and you're sort of on the outside looking in, people are going to look at you as if, oh, you got Kodak, the guy is a bit crazy, he might be high, or what is he doing? Listen, I'm not one of the people that's going to tell you that it's right for him to go to this game and do this. But to me, I don't see it as that big of a deal. Because again, when you look at it, he's not really doing anything illegal. He might be breaking the rules, but there were people thinking that he actually was sleeping with this woman while he was in this press. They actually thought he was having relations with her. Now, again, I watched it multiple times, research, and I came to the conclusion without even seeing the picture that he posted that that's not what was happening. But there were people, like the NHL deleting the tweet, there were people who were dumb enough to think that he was actually having relations with this chick. One fan spotted the two from afar in the suite, and it actually appeared like they were getting it on, just feet from Panthers execs and hockey fans. But a closer look revealed that there was nothing X-rated about their actions. Kodak was simply enjoying a bit of a lap dance. How many of y'all want to bet that was probably her idea? You know, chicks love to twerk these days. Black posted the zoomed in footage on his IG writing, "Fly lifestyle." Kodak and every other Panthers fan eventually left the arena happy because Florida took care of Vancouver 5-2. No word on where the after party was or how it went, but it's pretty clear Kodak's Tuesday nights are far better than yours. Now, there are people who may think that he shouldn't be at the arena anymore. People who think that, you know, it was classless. Like, how dare you do it? Listen, man, he didn't do anything illegal. I don't see where the fake outrage is coming from. Why would the NHL delete this tweet? Kodak Black bought the Florida Panthers a lot of publicity. Now you might start seeing more rappers showing up. Now they may put a policy in place. You can't be, dancing and twerking on guys in the skybox. But again, I think there were people who jumped to conclusions. There were people who actually thought that this man was really having relations with this female. I think this whole thing was a much to do about really nothing, because he was just at the game. It got a little crazy. Not say it got crazy. It got a tad bit sort of wild, but I don't think that Kodak Black should be banned from watching the Florida Panthers live. I just think there were people who jumped to conclusions. They were a lot of these people's head was in the gutter. And you can tell a lot of people's heads was really in the gutter. If they would have went to his Instagram instead of hopping on Twitter immediately to respond, they would have probably seen that he had posted pictures and videos on his social media. Maybe after the outrage, maybe he wanted to prove to people that nothing went on. But there were people who were really jumping to conclusions, man. There were people who really thought that he was actually dumb enough to have relations with this chick while he was there at the game. Like, some of these replies are crazy. But I do think that, to me, I thought it was hilarious. Like, some of these memes, man, to me, I thought it was hilarious. I still want to know why the NHL deleted the tweet. I guess people were going in the comment section with their fake outrage, trying to make it seem like there was more going on than it was, when there's really not much going on except for she was twerking on. I mean, twerking has become a big part of the culture. I mean, look how much Meg Thee Stallion gets promoted. Meg Thee Stallion gets promoted heavily for being a twerker, but they see this chick twerking on Kodak, and all of a sudden they're in their feelings and they're fake outraged. To me, I don't know where the outrage is coming from. Why? Is it because he was at an NHL game? If he had been at an NBA game, would it have made a difference? You know? I think this actually helps the Florida Panthers. I think the Florida Panthers benefit a lot from this. I think this is good for them. You know, that Kodak was there and that he seemingly was enjoying himself, interacting with the fans, bringing news, bringing press, like bringing attention to the Florida Panthers. Now, they did have 15,000 people in attendance. We were like, well, they don't need it. Of course they do. Of course they do. Any sport would need that. You know, I think Kodak should go to more games, but to see people jump into conclusions, to see people were actually triggered by this, just shows you where we are. Listen, I'm not the one to be for women doing this, because some people will say, well, you know what, Jay, this is totally inappropriate. And you know what? It is right. It is inappropriate. That's why I say I don't think this was Kodak's idea. I think this was her idea. But I don't think Kodak should be banned for that. I don't think he should be looked upon as the bad guy in this. I think he was a guy that was enjoying himself maybe just a little bit too much. But I don't think he should be banned. You got the NHL deleting tweets because they don't, you know, I don't know. Maybe if they wanted more of a family-friendly atmosphere at the game. Some people, right? But again, some fake outrage going on. But y'all let me know in the comment section. Well, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Y'all take care.